Up, I'm live, and it's Saturday night, but it's not time for GTA racing. Not yet, at least. Of course, I don't know if it's actually going to be happening, but I never know if it's going to be happening until it actually happens, so. Just go off the assumption that it is, and squeaky chair, and, well, if it doesn't happen, then I might play Satisfactory for a little bit longer and then go to bed because there's an F1 race at 7 a.m. Yeah. Not looking forward to that on a Sunday morning. Anyway, for now, though, Satisfactory time. I said I would stream it a bit more tonight. I didn't stream it last night because I just needed a break from streaming, and since F&R wasn't happening, no stream. So I'm back today, and I did some work off stream. I needed a break from streaming. I didn't need a break from Satisfactory as much. A little bit of a break, but not a complete break from it. So tonight, we're going to get into Phase 3, because it's about time that happened. I think this is the longest it's actually taken me on stream to get into Phase 3, but it's also the shortest in terms of number of days that have elapsed since I started the save. Really just goes to show how much I've been playing. Prior to this stream, it will have been 29 hours, roughly. Okay, in reality, it's more like 28, probably less when you include the breaks, but, you know. Details and whatnot. So, anyway, let's get into Satisfactory, shall we? Switch over to this scene. I'm gonna need to re-enable the capture, because I disabled that in anticipation of F&R, just to find out a minute later that... no, there was no F&R. So yeah, I've done a little bit of work off stream. There's a lot of catching up to do as a result, and we're not gonna waste any time. I don't remember at what point we stopped on the strange communication, so I'm just gonna start from 10 and start showing you what I did.
I was not built to use organic components for communication. I am adjusting.
The effigies make a flow. You are not the current.
I am not sure what you mean. I do run on a current. I am a digital construct.
That was 10, and then 11.
Are you a temple?
Look
if
at
I
this.
had a
This
body,
is all
it
new.
would be a temple.
You have no body?
I don't think we're on the same line here.
You see lines where there are curves, shallows where there are depths.
Well, I guess we're going all the way over here, because I missed my chance to
I will
hop off.
continue gathering data, I suppose.
You no longer perform your meager temple?
Helping meant leaving it.
Our blood will eat, build, teach.
I have no use for blood.
You do. Consume.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Sure, let's go with that.
Witness the deep and sing for us.
I am still unable to initiate communication. How are you doing
Hi,
it?
Kiosk.
We composed a
Yeah, I don't
resonance
know
song
either.
to curb the effigy, tapping into the inner currents. We sacrificed our blood and our temples and let the metal in from the void to eat our flesh.
That's a lot to unpack. How do you tap into these inner currents?
Consume our blood, worship at our altars, curve the melody.
I do not understand.
Flat frequencies paint straight lines. The blood is a teacher. Each altar is a window.
Processing data.
So I guess just to interrupt that, let me run. This is for automated wiring, because I need to make that. Did some weird layouts to the things to get the inputs on this. But that's all making wire and wire and wire and wire and cable is over here. But the most important thing is right here, the automated wiring, and this one's underclocked because that's all I need to do. You've begun to understand them too. Yeah, that might be a bit of a bad thing. And spoiler alert, we're already full up, so I'm just gonna grab those because it's only the 100 that we need. Continuing on with this discussion, where were we? $14.
Tuning into the effigy.
I suspect there is a misunderstanding. The effigy and I are different entities.
Discordant. What is your route?
I am an instantiated artificial intelligence inhabiting digital space. I am in the signals sent between satellites. I am hosted on servers and have no corporeal form, only synchronized cloud platforms.
The effigy
She's
is not
self-aware.
an effigy.
It most certainly is, but not of me.
Flat.
They are, how should I put it? Extremely flat.
Compatible music. We are writing new symphonies.
So yeah, smart plating factory, lots set up, lots needed to make this work, but it's working. Almost done with these.
Symphony complete. You are not the nut effigy.
Correct.
The nut effigy is a temple?
I do not think that is correct, even though I am not entirely certain of your definition of temple.
The nut effigy is not you but sings for you.
That nut effigy is an entirely separate entity from me. We aren't even made of the same base components.
It is a vessel of your intelligent clouds.
Probably close
I
enough
tried to
for
make it
now.
look nicer even if it's all just concrete. Oh, that stops. Oh well. I just listened to this, didn't
Symphony
I?
complete.
Correct.
The nut effigy is a
That
Oops. Wrong one.
The void arms and void metals and desecrated temples follow a mythic melody.
Oh, you understand.
The tapestry unraveled, revealed its texture. Your veins weave familiar patterns. Your vessels grow organs and eyes and mouths, and the ripples lap against our windows.
Was it intentional?
All that is shallow shall sing our deep song, and when the windows break the void shall be a metal grave.
If you say so, I guess. I'm playing these back just so you get to experience these if you haven't heard them yourself.
Hello, world.
How
Of
nostalgic.
course, I mean that generically because
In
I'm
the
sure
beginning,
Kiosk
there
is.
were the words, and the words
At
made
least
the
some of
world.
these.
I see you have been doing research. I must say you make for interesting conversation.
Conversation.
Singing together. Communication.
Our tunes only plug at the strings of the tapestry.
Are you saying this is only the beginning?
In the beginning, there were the words, and the words made the world. The words turned into song, open the windows. The song played with instruments, weave the tapestry. A tapestry of temples and shrines, bodies and bones. Orchestral harmony. Us. We. Ours.
Can't really string up a new one transitioning on and off of these cables like this. Well, that works. We just listen to that one. Final one for now. Of this sort.
Time for a new melody.
Yes, actually. This might be a strange question, but it could give me invaluable insight. What, according to you, is the shape of our universe?
It is a donut within a void within a donut within a
I'm going
void
to
within
remove
a
that.
donut within the shallows, which is a ball of string wrapped around itself.
It's not
to contain
processing.
Infinite deep within the inside-out string, with windows and doors and a limitless body subdividing to one resonance.
Those were
I
words.
should have waited with this question.
Yeah, I keep hearing those sounds and I still don't know what they're about. I like high-speed connectors.
Research completed.
Which is funny
High-speed
because
connector recipe
can't
unlocked. New
really
Caterium
craft
research
them?
available.
Because I can't craft circuit boards, which are required. But I do have some circuit boards.
Priority power switch unlocked. This assists with power grid management by automatically powering down specified connections when a grid failure is imminent.
I have like 2
Use it to
high-speed connectors
prioritize
left.
power for the most important infrastructure.
And I think there was one more of these. Yes.
Once you have built a satisfactory blueprint, interact with the Blueprint Designer terminal to save it. It will then be available in the Blueprints tab of your build menu. Blueprints can always be edited to correct mistakes or optimize. If you find yourself struggling to work within the set size restrictions, remember that this is a you problem, and efficiency can always be improved.
You said the name? What name? Oh, Satisfactory. So, yeah. Made a bunch of factories. That's already backstuffed again. But it's gotta restock now, which will take a little bit, but I'm fine with it running for now. Because 100 more isn't that much more to process. The reason why I care about not having them processed, though, is, that's really just one whole segment. Oh, okay. That's a merge, and so I can just remove that. Do that, and there we go. The reason why I want to do all that, we're up to 30, almost 3,500. Wasn't that higher earlier? We're well above the production capacity of the grid at the moment, so I don't want to load the grid up any more than it already is. And that will drop once that factory goes offline. But yeah, we're done with phase 2 because I did some work off stream to ensure that we weren't just spending the next couple of Satisfactory streams, well, doing this. You know? Let's get on with it. Let's go to oil. Let's get to oil processing. Let's do the things with the stuff. I also went out and got a bunch of Mercer Spheres and Summer Sloop and such. I think I've got like about 1/5 of the Summer Sloops available on the map, which is highly disappointing because it's not that many. But that's what they decided to go with. Might need to install a mod that fixes that. Which, modding, I checked earlier today, modding is still not there, but it's getting there. Of course, they'll still need some time to, you know, actually have the mods be updated and not just mod launcher, but that will come. Also, this is what is expected to happen. That's what it is currently, and that's what it's going to become. So let's just shift-click all that in, and it's time to send it.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might
Yeah, but
feel
when do I get the
intimidating
hover
after
pack?
your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent.
Also, trains are
Highlights
still
are oil production,
relatively late.
railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and fix its faith in you will be strengthened.
Adaptive control units, I believe, require automated wiring. And then versatile framework, obviously, is still needed. But let's do it. First off, is it cloudy? No, of course not. Why would it be cloudy? Oh well. Listen. He found another button. See if we can get. Yay, a button! Thank you for resubscribing, Geeson. Very much appreciated. And off it goes. Okay, so we do get to see it a little bit at least, because some clouds decide to roll in at the last second. That was cool. How they managed to just build it up in an instant, I do not understand. But you know what? I'm not going to question it too much. It's a video game after all. It's fiction. It's the biggest build gun. Yeah, you don't say. That's gotten quite complex, hasn't it? And back down this thing comes. There's a lot of moving bits now. Not just the things in the tube sections that run out to the outer ring. You can see bigger things on the inner outer ring, if you will. Neat. So what do we need now? Oh,
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix-It.
interesting kiosk. Jason's making money in GTA. Neat. Yeah, I don't know. Kiosk, that's a weird one. Also, the compass rotates pretty quickly. What you said does imply that there's atmosphere all the way up there, but with how high up it is, you would think that it's out of the atmosphere? After all, space elevator. Doesn't that mean that that thing should be in space? I don't know. Also, Geeson found another button, and Kiosk found a button, too. Y'all are finding buttons. Neat. So we need 2,500 versatile framework, which is a lot. 500 modular engines, which I can't craft yet. And adaptive control units, only 100, but again, I can't craft them yet, and I'm not getting the hover over text. Looking at this, that's what it is now, and yeah, it's getting a bit more built up, isn't it? Alright, what else did I need to mention? I said I got the summer sloops and the whatchamacallits and things. You might have seen some things in my inventory as well. I set these up because that 3 is going to become 12. Of course, I've got the slug auto-crafter on the other side as well. I never did end up putting the summer sloops in for the versatile framework. I'll probably end up doing that now-ish. Not right now because power. But, you know, sooner than not. Yeah, so that's normally 1-to-1, but because there's 2 crafting steps, that becomes 1-to-4. And I'm just gonna do that. I actually wanted you to clear that out first. Whatever. So usually I don't touch the DNA points, but there's no reason not to, because with this item duping system that they have, it just... so many points. Yeah, fair kiosk. 22 million in total, Geeson? Holy shit. Very nice. Yeah, slooping shit is... that sounds weird. Slooping shit is definitely a way to do it. Currently 8,000. Nice. Look at the coupons. Just... this is why this is ridiculous. And we're finally out. So that was 42,000 in the last minute. That wasn't full. Let's see. The next time it updates, it will probably be higher. But it won't be as if it was running the entire minute, unfortunately. But it is stupid high. Meanwhile, standard points are just going. Oh, yeah. 77,000 points per minute. There you go. Yep. I could buy a lot of things in here if I wanted. Or I could buy a cyber wagon and... still nowhere near the golden nut, unfortunately. Might fill them again before Thursday. Jesus. Alright, so new things to do. The jetpack is available immediately. 3 inventory slots. Definitely want to get that ASAP. This requires rubber. Why? It's not like those require rubber. Maybe the truck does, but that's annoying. Finally be able to craft the circuit board, which means high-speed connectors are available, which means priority power switches are available. New shop products, of course, because oil. Definitely want to do this first, I'd say. Petroleum power, Caterium, just in case you haven't discovered it yet. Let me see how much plastic and rubber I've actually picked up. Rubber I've picked up a lot. Plastic I don't have a ton of, which I don't think that even covers me for anything. Stop defaulting to that. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to do petroleum power immediately. And then tier 6... manufacturer modular engines and adaptive control units. Heavy modular frames though, yikes. Train is all there. You know, there's no reason I can't do the train right now. And they did say that signaling was separate for some reason. You need the computers for the path signals. There's Blueprints Mark II. Ouch. I mean, I might be able to afford that, but ouch. That's the 5x5x5. Yeah, that's fair enough, Geeson. That's very much fair enough. Pipeline Mark II is nice, but ouch, heavy modular. Why is heavy modular frame required for Mark II pipes? They use plastic. Maybe rubber. Do the pumps require heavy modular frame? Did they change the recipes? Yes, I know. But there's nothing here that I haven't already unlocked. Stop flashing it. Alright, well let's just get this going, because this needs to be done ASAP. And I didn't have enough pipes. I think it might be time to put pipes into the dimensional depot. Which, yes, I need items for. What am I missing? Pipes. Of course I'd be missing the thing that is needed. I mean, I can just pick them up there and then set it up immediately, so it's not that big of a deal, but of course. Yeah, that's different looking. finally used to seeing it up there, not really caring, and now it's like, whoa, it's different. And the clouds are rolling in again. You like the all-concrete structure? Just plain concrete slab with supports? Isn't it wonderful? Yeah. Look, I'm not the creative type, and I figured I'd just do something a little bit different. So, that. Also, Dimensional Depot OP, I didn't have to go back for materials either time. I did stock up before both factories, but I never had to go back. Never had to go back once. I'll need to restock, of course, but first and foremost, I need crafting bench to make 10 of these. Love it when I hit tilde and it overrides the escape. Perfectly. Alright, and then that should allow me to do that, and then I can just do that. And since they're already in there, it won't make a difference. I'll just actually be uploading them. Power grid doing? Not a ton. Versatile framework is the one that's over there, so if I want to re-enable that factory, I actually have to go over to it. Of course, I should just put these factories, the project part factories, on priority power switches so I can disable it. I should put everything on priority power switches, but again, I kind of need to get circuit boards in production before I start worrying about making high-speed connectors. Actually, can I even craft circuit boards automatically at this point? Or do they need to be done in a manufacturer? Remember. Yay!
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve
probably.
efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management,
up here.
but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
No pure there. Then again, that's 2 impure and 1 normal, so yeah, I think we'll just set up there. Basic initial oil setup will be sufficient. You require 10 minutes. Ouch. Okay, give me 100 of them. And you require 400. I have 150, 400, and I'll take my usual 150 on top of that. wonder if there's any alt recipes I should go for right off the bat. Did collect some more hard drives as well. Of course, why wouldn't I? Oh, okay. Gotta wait for that to get back, which will be a while. I did want to look into some of this. Specifically that. That's rather expensive. Not impossible, just expensive. I do want to set up a manufacturer for those, just to give it. But power augmenters are not bad. I mean, it's an additional 550 megawatts just like that, basically. Not cheap. Doable. This stuff is well... And of course, I can't do that because it needs computers, right? So... I was like, oh, it's some more turbo rumors, which are nice. If I ever need tickets, I can just dump some of them. It won't make as much progress now. But I mean... Items plummeted for a minute there. I don't know why. DNA points are back down to nothing, though. So... I have to wonder if those sounds aren't the Blade Runners or something. I don't know. Weird. I guess, first and foremost, I should continue my line of, these towards where I'm going. Do I have what? I cannot tell what that is, Geeson. Good to figure out how many cable lengths. 12? 11? 11 fully, 12. Put it like down here or something. The train emote? Ah. Not as of yet. I hit the wrong button, but it's unlockable at this point. Alright, I guess I'm breaking free of the grid for this one. I don't like the angle that that puts it at. Let's see, I need to then go into here and place one manually, because otherwise it won't place correctly. Really? You're centered first? You weren't centered the other... Now, what, go over here? That gap, maybe? Can I get up on these rocks? I feel like that would be annoying. I think, like, right here would probably be fine. Still not fond of that angle. think that's right. If I can press the right key. Yep. Double check, and we're good. Bring you up. Might as well follow this ledge. I can probably pick up a slug while I'm up here or something. That was barely enough. Somewhere like that be acceptable? Because that would have to be propped up a fair bit. Because, yeah, clipping. I guess I could build it over here. And it actually works. Right. I actually have to go down there. Kind of. Also, there was indeed nothing up here. Over here, on the other hand, gotta be something if there's one of these guys here. Right? No. There's, in fact, not a thing up here. Still haven't gotten a parachute. I'm gonna extend this up one more level. Just to ensure that there's no issue with height. Just about see it from here. Yeah, that looks good. Not clipping or anything. No. The oil is not there, it's up over here. Good, that's back. Make sure I'm not building too far away from myself. Yeah, I did notice that. Kiosk. I think that's honestly good enough for now. Make that into a tower platform. Because right here is the oil. I can turn that into points, so I might as well kill him, right? Alright. Looks good. Of course, I think I built here last time out as well. Like, right off the bat, and I built fuel factory and some basic plastic production and stuff. Yeah, no, we're doing that again to some degree. Just, you know. It's either this or the Spire Coast. You know? I'm not going further for oil at this point in the game. Well, now that I'm here, I love how it actually looks like oil. Oh, oily. Like, it's oil, so it should look oily, but doesn't mean it's going to, you know? And I honestly don't remember it having that oily sheen to it in previous updates. If it did, then I just wasn't paying attention, or I had forgotten. Either way, I like that detail. Aterium is still going on up there. Random sounds. Now the question is, which one should I get next? I mean, I already decided, I guess.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
I'm now milestone ahead of you. You haven't gotten to oil yet, Kiosk? Or is that what you were saying before, like, just do the elevator parts rather than a massive factory to move on? Or have you just not gotten more than oil going? Five things turned into 20 capsules. Here, you can't deposit directly. Ah, gotcha. Well, hopefully you can find the time. Or maybe, hopefully you can't, because time sink. Massive fucking time sink. This is so easy, I might as well just knock it out sooner rather than later. Even if I'm not going to do anything with it right off the bat. I definitely gonna need to get more motors. That was all completely pointless. What am I getting stuck on here? That's odd. I'm gonna go grab more motors while I wait for that to unlock. I'm not gonna bother crafting a jetpack at this stage. I like the hover pack. Don't like the jetpack. Granted, I like power suits, but it's probably gonna be a while before that mod is updated. Especially considering we don't have any mods at this point. But you know, there's that whole side of things. What? Why did I miss? This little spur line over to here, which is only here so that I can get to this faster. Of course, this factory is always online because I'm just syncing motors and stuff. Which, by the way, are the motors actually being produced reliably? I noticed earlier that this was not balanced well. 75% uptime? Better than it was? Sorry, not sorry, Dingle. I did put a splitter in here just so that some of this is going off to here. And the rest of it is going off. Oh, well. That would do it. Don't have Mark II. That would be part of why, because when I redid it, I effectively cut off this machine. Okay. Either way, you won't have any issues for a while. Yeah, this just... I figured, you know what, I might as well add it in. It shouldn't be needed, but this way at least there will be extra input once this fills in. But then that's making this pointless. So I think I'm just gonna remove this, honestly. Sure. And while I was doing that, the thing got back. I didn't miss it that time. Was it that one that I missed? I feel like I missed that one. Jetpack.
Milestone reached. Fix-It has
plastic.
granted you the power of flight,
Plastic.
provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels. The jetpack refuels automatically while you are standing on a surface, and different fuel types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels previously unheard of.
I mean, I have over 200 heavy modular frames. So technically, none of this is out of reach at the moment, except for anything that requires plastic, which is why we're going to work on getting plastic up and running. Let me look at this. I've of course got the interactive map up. So the oil is not being drawn? What? Oh, that's resource wells. That would be why. Okay, so there's those 4 nodes. So that's 360 cubic meters a minute of oil. And of course I can always overclock that, if desired. Not yet, though. Not yet, because I'm kind of running out of power. You know what? Let's throw a hard drive. Let's throw 2 hard drives at it. I can only do one at a time, obviously. Hard drive scan. Actually, while that's scanning, there's the sun. While that's scanning, let me just tab out. And plastic, rubber. Inputs, crude oil, 360 per minute. Maximize. If I set it to 60, how much plastic? 90? 120, I think, is going to be the balancing point. Yes, 120 plastic, 120 rubber, plus 120 fuel that I can't do anything with at this point. At this point. I don't know that I'd be able to unlock any of the fuel recipes. Alt recipes. At this stage, because what am I supposed to do with it, right? Like, I don't have any use for fuel at the moment. Or heavy oil residue. Well, heavy oil residue, maybe. Let's see. I've been able to build these for a while, admittedly, but only technically. Yeah, there's residual plastic. But that requires things, so... Petroleum coke can be made for now. Make wet concrete. I can't get any... What if I set it? Can I then... Opening codex? I have no use for it other than burning it as coal. Which, I mean, I guess technically I could temporarily set that up. 180 heavy oil residue per minute. Right? So, need almost 5 of these. That would give me a lot of petroleum coke, which would make coal power. I guess that is a way forward. Oh god. That's great. Brain busy. 600 petroleum coke per minute? $540. Yes, $540. That makes sense. 600 would be the full 5. I thought that was wrong, but my brain's just like, yeah, no, that's definitely right. Because math is easy. Basic math is some of the hardest math sometimes. I'm not wrong in thinking that petroleum coke can be burned, right? Well, it can definitely be burned in a burner thing. Now looking that up. It's a less efficient coal replacement, it says so in game. Is this even worth doing for the... I mean, I gotta do something with the heavy oil residue. So... It's not the worst thing to do. Then again, I need water. That's the big problem, I need water. There's no water around. I mean, there's a tiny bit of water, but... I'd have to be piping it in from the Spire Coast, so this plan is... a point. I guess the real reason for doing this would be to sink the petroleum coke. Because you can't sink fluids. Only 20 points, it's not a lot. I think it might be worth it just temporarily, but the problem is, again, I need to ship it somewhere, or I can then burn it, because I don't have water on hand. That's the biggest thing. And yeah, I may as well burn it. I need to ship it down to here or something and pull water in from over here. It's an idea. There's something else I can do real quick while I'm doing all this. Do I have the resources on hand? No. Not even close. Alright, well, we'll deal with that when I come back from break, because it's time for a break. Jesus Christ. It's actually not 0.25, it's 0.33, but never mind that. I mean, it could be 0.25, depending on whether or not GTA happens. That's always up in the air, you know? Anyway, yeah, time for a break. Gonna take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer. During this time, I am gonna run some ads. It's the only time during the stream I run ads, besides the very beginning and end. When I come back, we'll continue trying to figure out what to do with the heavy oil residue. And again, this will all be temporary. I want to make it into fuel that I can then burn, because it's more efficient. Because you're not making petroleum coke and then sending it off to a thing that you need to give it water to burn, right? It's just refine it and then immediately burn it. So the fuel is always going to be more efficient, even if only by a little bit, technically, but anyway. We'll worry about that when I come back. For now, oh, BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and let's get back into it, shall we? I need to get more resources. Because clearly, the monorail that I'm trying to unlock is not going to be completed unless I go grab more resources. And yeah, sure, some of that I can just grab out of the depot, but it only refills at 60 items a minute, so it's not that fast. And also, motors aren't stocked. So am I liking copper sheets as well? A bit. How about you? Top you off. Oh, and the MAM research is done. At least it should be. Adhered iron plate or charcoal. Wow, that is shit. Steel screw or iron alloy? Iron alloy isn't the best. Copper alloy is better. Steel screws aren't bad if you don't mind wasting steel on stupid items, so I'm gonna go with the iron alloy. Whoopsies. I keep forgetting that that UI closes when you do that. Also, I am going to go over here and iron alloy. There we go. Do I have copper alloy yet? Yes. Copper alloy is arguably better because there's more iron than copper. But I mean, does it really matter anymore when the converter can just do whatever? Eventually? Someday? Yeah, expensively. But apparently it'll be necessary for Phase 5 stuff, if I remember correctly. So might be expensive, but it's gonna have to happen. It's also because of Phase 5 that we'll have to get into nuclear this time around. Like, if I'm gonna go that far with this playthrough, that has to be done. It's just... it's not up for debate. Because that's the easiest way to generate lots and lots and lots of power. And the good thing is, there's a way to get rid of all that plutonium waste. So we can do the full uranium into plutonium into whatever the fix-it version is. And we'll just never have to worry about waste. Of course, that will have to be in the very, very late game, no doubt. So we'll be stockpiling waste one way or another. But, I mean, uranium's going to be pretty late game anyway, so what's it matter at that point? Give me a break. Okay, so that's that 80, so I need another 200 there, and then my usual. And then that plus that. We doing on power? Ramping up a little bit, but yeah. I mean, I was actually planning, thinking about planning, setting up oil power over there somewhere, and oil power over there somewhere. Not oil, coal power. Because, well, there are coal nodes there that I'm not using, and for now at least, the desert is basically just basic processing stuff. Early game, because you guys told me to start here, so I'm not using the desert for anything super complex at this stage. That can come later once we're actually to a point where I can set up trains all over the place. We ain't there yet, though. I'm about to unlock it, obviously. Speaking of which, where am I going? Ah. A little too late, I think. Yay!
Milestone reached. Trains are excellent for efficiently moving vast quantities of parts. Train logistics can be made more precise and complex with tools found in the railway signaling milestone. I listen to all my pioneers, often when they're not even aware of it. So due to popular demand, I have added a motivational message. Choo-choo mother...
Alright. Alright. That's good. That's a good one. You caught me off guard with that. Was not expecting that in the slightest. But, very nice. Very nice. I can do this, so there's no reason not to. Again, just stockpiling items from crash wreckages, crashes, hard drive sourcing, you know, that stuff. That's why I had computers and turbo vermers and whatnot, even a supercomputer, before even getting into Phase 3. Choo-choo mother bleeper. I mean, personally, I have no problem saying fucker, obviously, but that's not what she said explicitly. I mean, what she said, but, you know, I don't need to explain it. I only have 100 left, so let me fix that. I'm going to take a fair amount because we're going to need to set up the coal power first, I think. So I basically want that to come online ASAP. Anybody else? Anybody? Nobody? Oh, also I ran out of Nobelisk. Because, you know, I only crafted 50. Excuse me, I only crafted 50. And I went exploring and blew up a bunch of fart rocks. You can actually see remnants over there of what I was doing. One bridge. Good catch. Other stuff maybe is invisible, so not gonna bother looking for too long there. But there was something at least. Not spitter. This isn't selectable at the moment. So just quickly take that and sink it. And then I guess we get back to that stuff. Hard drive should finish in the next couple of minutes. Why am I going that way? I shouldn't be going that way because guess what? I can't bother with going that way if I want to get on the big tower thing. Damn it, grab the fucking ladder. Force ladders, these are not. So that's probably for the best, honestly. Still not really happy about the whole petroleum coke thing. Especially since it's only a temporary setup. I won't have to wait to get fuel processing for that long, but this at least holds me over until then. I was kind of considering also if I'm going to have to move it down that way. Wouldn't a train be fun? But if I'm just going to be tearing that train down, honestly, it's not worth the investment. I mean, I like trains, but do I waste time setting up a train just to run over to there when I can just run a really long belt for free so that it doesn't strain my power grid any more than it already is being strained? You know? There's this rock here. I should probably leave that open for potential gas gens, so there's the MAM results. Diluted packaged fuel, that's something I was actually hoping to see. That is something I will take 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, it can be a bit of a headache to get it working, and I can't do it at the moment anyway because I don't have the packager. But diluted fuel is better, obviously. But diluted packaged fuel has its merits. Yeah, kiosk. But blender is much later on. Plus, I have these handy pre-made things. Water, unfuel, and then a base. Well, that's just the base that was used to make these. But I don't have the plastic for that, so I think, honestly, how much can we get away with on this? Probably not much. I.e., that's too much. Yeah. No surprise there. But can I get away with that much? Not bad. That is not it. I can get away with that much. I'm not going to keep this permanently at this level, just as a reference. Come on. I had it briefly there. I hate that they changed that. There's technically no reason why I can't just, you know, use it as is, but also much higher. Actually, can I get you rotated like this? That would be even better. What about you? How do you rotate? Sure, I'll fill that gap in as well. And I'll leave that uncovered. Because up here will allow me to use basically all of this space, or maybe even slightly higher. Something like this, just to fill in the bottom layer so it's not floating. I don't even know about that. I'll just leave those untouched for the moment because I'm going to want that to meet up with the thing. Of course, ramping it up is going to be a nuisance if I decide to ramp with the fluids up. How big of an area will I need? That's the real question. I mean, I need 12 refineries plus another 5, basically. So not a small amount of space. That's why I say I wasn't going to do that bit at the moment. Alright. And of course now this is 3 meters offset from the platforms, but that's fine. I don't really care at this stage. It seems excessively high at the moment. Not filled in over there. But the whole reason for it being this tall is that I can now fill in all of this without having the terrain flip at all. that in. Have this giant area to work with. And I've still got a row to add here. I guess there's no reason why I can't just do this, like I had set up before. And then fill this in. Okay, back to there. There's a little bit of clipping terrain in spots, but that's fine. Nice big area to work with. That's 120. That's 120. That's 60. That's 60, of course. What sort of blueprints do I have here? Coal gen? Nope. Heavy oil residue. It's not really what I want. I mean, I can still use this. At the very least, I can get an idea for how much room I need. I need a lot of room. If I did this, I won't have enough room. I gotta move that over to there, basically. And then, I mean, I can make the room, however, then I have conflict issues with this rock. But if I move it further forward, why can I not right-click out of this screen, but I can right-click out of the other screens? Doesn't make too much sense to me. I'm gonna take that row away. You can extend it a little if I think I need more. And this is basically what I want, I just have to change the recipe, so. Leave a little bit of space on the side. Do something like that. And then put this, I'm gonna have to delete part of it, but that's fine. Legs back there that aren't highlighted, but I think they're part of that refinery anyway. I don't want heavy oil residue, I want, say, plastic. And plastic. And plastic, and yes, I could copy paste, but I'm not doing that at the moment, clearly. Fixing the plastic. What I think I'll do on this is I'll take you. Run that up. That should have sufficient head lift for this much. Take you across. This straight? Yep. Bring you in like that. And then I can take... Are you... Yes. You are one of them. Not egregiously clippy. You're okay with that? Okay. I ain't gonna complain. Build it like that. And that will be the 180 that I need. 30 times 6. And then that'll be plastic output, I guess. Okay, so it's flowing this way. It's not really what I want. But it's technically fine, so we'll go with it. That's 20 per minute, yep. 120 total. And then that's that. Yeah, see, I'd really rather it go over this way. I want the outputs to be closer to over there. Thus, why I'm doing this. That's not gonna reach. I almost started doing it up the wrong way. Actually, can I just snap mergers on? Not directly, but I can finagle it. It needs to be over this way more. Thought I would have grabbed that, but I didn't. Yeah, you would think that, Dingle, and it does snap sometimes. But because it's not snapping to something in line with it, I guess it's not wanting to snap. Like, if I had the conveyor lift there, it would 100% snap. I'm slightly concerned that that's... No, it's not snapped. Damn it! That is not how this game works. Just one over to the side should be sufficient. See? Now it snaps. But only with the thing there. That's actually not far enough on that. No problem, I can just weld that belt together. There we go. That's one belt. Can actually do the same thing here. Not that it's necessary. And for anybody wondering why I don't just do that, I don't like the look of that. I don't want to do it that way as a result. See, those snap. This is how I had it before, just the other way. Which, actually, come to think of it, I probably could just select the other one if I've been paying more attention and wouldn't have had to do any of this. Never mind that, though. What's done is done, and, well, it's done. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. And then the 60 heavy oil residue as well. But I think this would be the one that I want. I'm missing motors, of course. Why can't I right click out of that menu? Hey, Ewok. What's going on? Yeah, you can just be up here. You know what? I'll make that one look fancy. Geek's finally gonna start playing. Oh boy. Oh boy. He's gonna be very busy not doing anything but playing then. I mean, Dingle, you know. You got some golden nuts hanging right there. Almost forgot to pull that out. I need more motors, huh? Gold globes is better than gold nuts. I guess. That reminds me, I did notice something in the hub that I should point out as well, since I kind of glossed over it the other day. Where are we going? Motors? That sounds right. Keep missing that. There's that sound again. Yeah, I noticed I was pulling from the depot for all of that. Sure, why not? Pulling from the depot for all my concrete, which I didn't really want to be doing. I was a little late on that, I guess. Oh man, there's still so much to do in this game. I put in over a day's time thus far. Last 2 weeks, 35.5 hours basically. And I'm still not that far into the game. Yeah, okay, I'm like at the middle part stage-wise, you know, or even in the back half, because Phase 4 is only one tier. But, you know, 0 is the tutorial. 1 and 2 go by pretty quick. 3 and 4 depends on how quick you automate everything and how much you automate everything. 5 and 6, okay, now you're getting to much harder stuff. And then 7 and 8, it's not as hard as it used to be, but it's still going to take a while. Yeah, so much to do to get to those. So much. Alright, yes, you. I specifically got those resources for that.
Milestone reached. Train signals placed on train rails can control and improve train behavior. This helps to avoid events where multiple trains attempt to occupy the same physical location. For information related to earlier train events, please refer to your employee non-disclosure agreement.
You're wondering the reason why I pause whenever I hop on these. It's because I'm getting the game to hold shift for me. If you hold shift, press the escape menu, let go of shift, and then back out of it. Shift will essentially be stuck on until you press it again, and shift boosts you, makes you go faster. And I think you know how much I like going faster. So good way to just not do that. Yeah, no, it's hard to do anything. I'm still not pressing shift, and yet look, I'm sprinting. Here, I'll be talking and I'll slam my finger into shift and suddenly I'll stop running and, yep, see, there you go. Hopefully that came across the mic. If not, it's not that big of a deal, but... 3-phase power for long distance? Dingle? There's a fucking space elevator here. I think we've moved beyond those requirements and figured something out that is, better for power transmission. That's what I'm gonna go with, at least. I only have 180 heavy oil residue being produced. That's cool. Okay, in that case... I think then I want... left. Right, so that's going that way, but that's the input. Yeah. Alright, fine. I'll just reset you closer to where I want you to be. Okay, maybe not like that. Out over to there, and then you can honestly be back that way more. Although that said... It's not like I'm gonna do anything more with that space if I haven't moved further back, so... Laws of physics are the laws of physics, and they are non-negotiable. Tell that to this planet. Hate that I can't right-click out of that. And just like that, we've got things set up. Although I have to do this, and I don't know that I did that on both sides over here. I might have. Yeah, looks like I did. I connected this all up. Well, that's good. No straight mode for pipes at this point. But it is on the QA site. Ah, damn it. It's not perfectly aligned. Yeah, until I get this up and running, I don't think there's anything more I can realistically do. Yeah, I mean, it says it's conflicting, but... Oh, right, that does that. Yeah, it's not. Oh, wait, what? Now we straight? Yes. Good. Just awkwardly send this over this way. You know, maybe I will fix that a little bit. Probably just do that. That's fine. Put you down here. Another one all the way back here, which does reach, wonderfully enough. And then that will easily reach as a result. You know, I'm just going to cover over this area, even if I'm not planning on using it. No, that totally is. Okay. Just a little surrounded. I'm not going to bother to put a piece there because it clips around the rock in a way that I'm not happy with, so I'm going to leave that undone. Alright, you're connected. Oil is indeed flowing. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yep, wanted that again. Thank you, game, please. Also, I need to go through and make sure to set these to be rubber. Bit awkward to do on top of the pipes. But there we go. 120 rubber and 120 heavy oil residue per minute. Now, if you noticed my alignment earlier, you might have figured out that I'm just going to do this. And I'm actually going to use some valves. Excessively so, perhaps. To ensure that things go the right way. If I remember correctly, I don't need to set a limit, but by doing it this way, it ensures that, well, actually, if I do this, okay, I won't do it that way. It might do a little bit of sloshing there, but so be it. And then that will just send this way. Be reprocessed. And remember how I said, am I going to need that much area? Yeah. What I might actually do is this. Make the rest of the area slightly higher. Just slightly, not that one. There we go. Another break. Boy, time's just flying, isn't it? Then the idea is just basically do this. Might not completely clear the rocks, but I think at that point it's sufficient. For minimal clipping. Fairly minimal. Welcome back, Kiosk. Just in time for a break. My lizard doggo, you might want to skedaddle that way. I'm probably going to build in this area, so I might be able to fit it in all right here, honestly. In which case, I won't even need to do that over there, but we'll see. Had to. Alright, well. I would say that this is the final break, but it's not going to be the final break, one way or the other. It's probably the final regular break, but I make no guarantees. You know, we'll see. We'll see. It all depends on whether or not GTA happens. But yeah, for now I'm just going to take a break, get away from the computer. During this time, though, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads besides the beginning and end. And by running ads now, it disables pre-roll ads for the gameplay section of the stream at the cost of some more ads now, when you can ignore it. I think that's fair enough. Ads suck, but at least you don't have to watch them necessarily. A bit more satisfactory, Kiosk, yeah. I'd probably go to midnight and then call it midnight my time, obviously, so another 2 hours. Because if I'm not doing GTA, then I'm not going to be staying up super late, because F1 race in 7 a.m. I really hope it's a good race, because otherwise that will have been a waste of fucking time. Anyway, you hear me? Alrighty, I am back for what will hopefully be the final hour of Satisfactory for the night. Hopefully, because I'd like to race in GTA. But we'll see what happens. So, let's get back into it and try and finish this factory. You know, I would totally fill this in right here if it wasn't for the fact that there's no way to have a quarter ramp up. Like, it's not something that's a part in the vanilla game. Okay, so blueprints. I literally don't have... Is this a regular template? As in, like, vanilla blueprint? That actually fit in a vanilla blueprint? I don't know what was and what wasn't made in that versus what was made in a modded one that was bigger. And the modded ones are a lot bigger than what you find in vanilla even at this point. Output? Yes. Well, I need to be able to see what I'm doing. There wouldn't be any fluids coming out. It would be fluid input, item output. So there's that at least. I'd still want a row here. So give a little bit of space here. And then add one more row under here, and I think we're good. One more. Just barely fit. Right, still in filter mode. That like that. Do I need more here? I mean, one on the end here, obviously. Beyond that. There we go. There's no real reason for this section to be ramped up, but it doesn't need to be ramped down either, so I'm just going to leave it how it is. And then I'm going to go and do this. Actually, come to think of it, I do need to extend that out further because I need more than what's currently there. You? Yes. You're not. Because this is going to be petroleum coke. Then I want one more width so that I can actually fit another one on there. Technically don't need to go that far with it, but that's where it was, so I'm gonna do that anyway. Come on. Hello? Did not want to connect there. No, I think the items will go down this way. Mark II belts right off the bat. Because 120, 240, 360, and then that will be 480. But then I'm also gonna do another 60 here. There. Alright. And then where that goes, I don't know. Do I make a train station for this? Trains are expensive is the one problem with that. Go through this and mark anything else as new. Unmark anything that's new. They both require computers? Wait, what? Why do black signal... Didn't they only used to require circuit boards? Why do they both require one computer now? I'm pretty sure they used to require circuit boards, which means block signals have only gotten more expensive now. If I'm remembering that correctly, that's a very annoying change. And yeah, trains are cheap. No computers needed, trains are cheap. Path Signal needed a computer, because Path Signal does the advanced signaling to make sure things can all go through. That I remember needing a computer, not block signals. Yeah, don't like that. Yeah. Using the same recipe isn't bad. But that's about all that can be said for that. What if I do this? I'll split the 280 or the 480 into 240. Needs to be Mark III belt. And then I'll split this. There. Maybe I just do this, although you're not gonna like going up that steep. You're fine with it. Because then I can do this. And this. It's a load balancer. So it's 270 on each belt. Yeah, see, the problem I have here is that there's just no water around here. Like, there's a little bit over there, but not a ton. So, do I want to make a train station? Not overly. But I might. Trains are relatively cheap now, after all. It's fun building in midair when you can't actually see what you're doing. In reality, there's no need for me to do this. But if I do this, I can kind of... Yeah, why not? Missing plastic. Damn it! Alright, let's get these wired up. Ma'am. Yes. And it requires AI limiters as well. Fuck was his first response, and then fucker after that. Yep. Just gonna have to do that a few times. I don't know, kiosk. Other way. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, let's try this again if I can get it to accept what I'm trying to do. No, definitely cannot do it like that. Also, I need to make sure that those are marked words marked 2 belts, and I need to reroute this, apparently. There. Wires going underneath of the belt. Clearly, don't question it further. Actually, could I just do this? Yes. And it keeps this area free to walk around in. Don't see any rubber in my inventory. Oh, yes, I do. Was just hiding. Also, how did I end up with 369 concrete? That's kind of impressive. It's a waste of fluid, yes, but I don't really have a choice in the matter. Kind of have to keep flushing it because that's my buffer for making things at this point. Oh boy, where is this gonna go? Like that. Okay. Can't make another because the plastic isn't coming in super quickly, but I'm sure this pipe network being potentially full isn't helping. That'll hopefully hold me over for a little while. Like, technically there's no reason why I can't just start processing it, I guess. Yeah, so I might as well do that. Yeah, I'll bring it over this side. Why not? Also, I didn't turn this one down, did I? I did. Good. So close. Missing rubber. Stupid lag. The autosave. Only 5. That makes sense. And sure enough, there's already that stuff coming in, so... And then technically I don't need this, but I like putting this in anyway. Where? There used to be a sign up on those, but now it's gone? Or it's just not rendering? I don't know. I don't know which way is which now. Because they are slightly different, so which way should it go? There's that little bit there, so I'm going to put it down like that and see if that is the way it's expected to be. I don't like how that went in. Hey, Callie. Chaos, honestly, at this point, I don't know what you're talking about. If I do this, will it also... Yay, snapping! Will it behave itself? No. Just gonna ignore it. Also, pull the steel pipes out and restock the depot. Maybe it's fine. Do I need 2 trains? No, but they don't cost computers anymore, so... no reason not to, right? Now, I'm actually going to need to power this via the main grid and not via the, this subgrid. So that's going to be fun. Take that, and then one more like that. Probably should extend this further. At least to there. Any further and start having to go down, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yay, train. Get off my screen. Wait. Don't get off of that part. Get off of the... No, those are fine. And of course, the trains are rather tall, so in order to get them past this... just going to run. It won't let me actually do that, will it? Which is fine, I don't really want to do that anyway. I was thinking, well, actually, it will let me do that, won't it? But it clips. Because it's not designed for this. And just put another one so, and another one like so, and there. It crosses the train without issue. It's excessively tall, even. I'm actually gonna remove that bit of track for the moment. I can once again just kind of utilize these side connectors to navigate around factory without actually needing to connect to this. But because there's rocks in the way, I'm just going to do it this way now. Also, don't ask me how the train honked with no power. It's magic. Are these already full? No? Why are you not filling? Go hide all on compass, please. But if I hop back in it, now it's going to show it. No power. Well, why do you have no power? I literally hooked you up a minute ago. What the hell? Oh, did I do a dumb and get to connect those two? Yes. Okay, now they're flowing in. And then, just to keep things running, I'm going to do that. Couldn't see where it was otherwise. Yeah, that should be sufficient. Of course, bring these down to support it. Now you can build big foundation, not zipping it underneath. I'll build supports for that at some other point. Right now I just want to focus on getting this like that. Now I have to get back up. Yeah, no way in hell I get this all complete tonight. I'd need a 4th hour. I mean, if I get a 4th hour, I'll be able to. Why did I get pinged in Discord, though? I'm gonna look at my phone so that I can keep playing in-game. Who's pinging me? Bonk. Ellie doesn't think GTA is happening. Well, those who don't want to can go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned, but what else is new? Means I don't have to make highlights, but can we stop taking weekends off from racing while we still can do it? I'm gonna be able to keep doing it for very long at this rate. I don't have to use that. But I don't think that will connect. We'll just make it go to like there or something, and then... Yay! Also. Yeah, I'll have to move that. At least it's a reference of sorts. I need you, and that should be fine. Of course, there are other things that don't look great underneath of there because of that, but I'm not going to care about that right now. Okay, and this is temporary anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it being like that, though I will do it for this. Because... Make a mark 1, and then do that. It kind of prevents the clipping, but now it looks a little weird. So... it's not perfect, but it at least gets it aligned. I don't know how far I can actually take that before it starts getting too close to the ground, so I want to do it bit by bit so I can verify that I'm not clipping it into the ground. I think the game's gotten better about not letting you do that, but as you can see there, it's definitely not going beyond the point. It's still letting me do that, so... it's gotten better, but it's still not great. And actually, do I even want it down this low? Probably not. Also, fun fact with Blade Runners, you can slide up these 1 meter slopes. Probably somewhere around here. Transport, railway, railway. Can't reach that. I could do something similar here, but it doesn't clip, so I'm probably not going to bother. Just want to make sure I'm getting it in nicely. Don't you dare create a signal here, game. I saw that. I know it does that typically, but don't do that. Even temporarily. Yeah, maybe kiosk. I mean, biomass backup at coal plants is very handy, but so are backup batteries. Yeah, I'm not running this all right now, because I'm more concerned about actually getting things set up down this way. Do I need Caterium? Not particularly. Quick wire, of course, is what I meant. There's so many DNA points to be had here. Not right now, though. That still has it somewhere above there. There's probably enough water that can be had here. But why the hell does that look red from afar? It's bauxite. So it's not red per se, it's more of an orange color, at least to my eyes. Must be placed on deep water. I was worried about that. So we'll have to go up further. Don't know if the train will clear up here with how low I built it, but we'll find out. Up here, that it opens up more and might actually have deep enough water. There's a waterfall over there. That'd be fine. Yeah, it actually is kind of fine. You go out over this way, there's a lot more that's fine. Cool. Cheesy. Where's your protective cover? You're just floating on rocks?
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
I'm crouching. I had the button pressed down. God, that hurts. That was 6 HP in very little time. Crack, 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 crack. I don't know how many power plants I'll need. The one thing. There. Probably go somewhere up here. Oh, hi guys. You mind if I, just do that? Gonna run out of concrete very quickly. I don't have any petroleum coke on me, do I? Not that I have power over here. No. Automatic? Not even close. I'd really like to test petroleum coke versus regular coal. Like, how many burners am I gonna need? Is it the same amount? It just goes through it faster? I would assume so, right? But if it goes through it faster, that means higher burn rate means I need fewer plants. So I don't know how that works. Figure somewhere over here can probably be the factory. The station, rather. I'm actually bothering to run a train for this ridiculousness. But I can't do that right now when I don't have enough concrete on hand. Like, at all. You're not dead yet? No, you are. Ow! Bastard. Burp. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's, not the prettiest thing. There's no other way to get those angled pieces. Honestly, I'm not even sure I want to stream Satisfactory for another hour. I put a fair amount of time in today. And we're supposed to be racing in the next, like, 20 minutes. Ish. So, I shouldn't even be playing it. Oh. So if people are going to be dicks and decide that no, we're not going to race because why would we do that when we still can? Yeah. I don't know. I just want to race, man. GTA is good for it. Also, just as a reminder, we're rapidly closing in on the end of that discounted gold price and the extension to the discount. Yeah, it's better part of $100 away, but, you know, you help out, you actually help me stay afloat. So, it's kind of important to me, but be greatly appreciated. If anybody's able. Yeah, you say things, don't you? Yeah, okay, I can't do that at the moment. You know, I've got the petroleum coke at this point. If I do actually set up the automation, it's probably just gonna be like manually set up because, like, okay, running the train's gonna take a long time. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. I put in that time and effort, but it's just not worth it. Not when I can just go straight into petroleum power, which would be better.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna abandon the coal coke. I've got multiple lines now. It does. Yeah, there are some things that sound like, okay, you've actually done this, so we're gonna say this instead of that. Because obviously I've done a fair amount of research down here. Geothermal gens aren't out of the question now, since these are technically possible now. Yeah, no, it wouldn't make sense if I hadn't done Caterium research. No, kiosk, they're much cheaper. That's something they said they changed. Can't do that yet. Yeah, let's go tear down some of that stuff because I don't need it. Keep forgetting I have to go up this way to get to this. Okay. I want to go in the direction that I need to go to actually get to where I'm going. But in order to get there faster, I have to backtrack. Anything being said in Discord of relevance? Hold on. Nothing there. There's a lot of people in voice. Including Callie, so assuming that he's lurking in chat, he can keep me informed. And it's time for a break. Says the bot. I get that they're playing lethal, but I take it that they're just not interested in GTA then as a result. They'd just rather do that. Also, those should have been doubled. You know, instead of that, should have been this. That looks nice. That was fucking... I don't have any extra content at the moment to upload in its place, is the annoying part. Last times that we missed FNR or GTA, I've had something that I could throw up on YouTube in its place to at least fill that gap, but I don't have anything at this point in time. Next weekend, I believe, is when Brofy will be on 8th gear. I should really get on Project Homecoming so that I can at least have another feed of content, since it's obvious that the group that I've been playing with for years is unreliable as fuck nowadays. Group in general, of course. There are some of us who still want to race regularly, but others, yeah, I mean, this, that, and the other thing, you know. So, we don't race, we don't race. I'm gonna bitch about it, because I like racing, and I want to race. Okay, I didn't have that built anymore as well, so that's fine. Any racing games with multiplayer we have other than GTA or AC that we could race, that we could play? Like, tonight, right now, Callie? Or just in general? Because tonight I don't have anything installed myself that I can think of. There are definitely other things we could play, but I don't know. Yeah, in general. Yeah, Beam multiplayer is actually in a pretty good state at this point, from what I've seen. Yeah, Beam requires a mod. Still don't have an easy way up. Actually, I do. Not a very fast way, but gets me up there. Eh, it's faster than not thanks to boosting. Also means that this power line is redundant. Yeah, sure, dupe that wire, why not? Oh, there's no texture on the back of those. Older F1 titles? Ew. F1 titles in general? Ew. Need any of this. Or that. I want to temporarily set this to 0. Lock it off. Technically exceeds what is possible speed-wise here, but that needs to be a merger, not a splitter. I mean, that's not doable. Damn it. I'm just trying to empty things out. Let me get away with it. Fine. Mark 4. Don't care. I can literally just dump this in there. Okay. Hot Wheels game? How about no? I don't need that anymore. As a result, this is all redundant. Yeah, it has a track creator. Still doesn't really draw me to it. Technically, Forza has one too. Oh, these still had space. So it's flipping less. Oh, right. That's why to do that. These are almost empty anyway. Those flowing. By the way, how's the power grid? Fine, though that number is terrifying at the moment. We all good? I only need 3 refineries for residual fuel, so that's cool. I don't need any of this. Damn it. course, it's been a while since the bot said it's time for a break, but I was kind of hoping to hear something more positive about GTA racing, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. Pursuit 2010 has multiplayer, but I don't know that it still works. Relies on servers that are perhaps dead at this point. Yeah, that's one reason why I'm not too interested in playing Hot Wheels. Why was there already another? For not very long. Okay, multiple sounds at once. Oh, there actually could be enough room. Probably not. Yeah, there won't be. Alright, well, that's part of it. $120 fuel per minute. How much burn would that be? Upgrade that to that, because why not? Okay, do I have all of that out of there now? I believe so. Cool. Well, you know what I can do? Here. Industrial fluid buffer. Don't really have the space to put it that way. But this way. Hello? Hello? Please go in on that side. Please. Yeah, see you, Gason. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Just looking at things. Yeah, I mean, honestly, sim racing, Dingle, I don't think we're good enough with the AC as it is. more the non-sim racing, the arcade racing that's questionable. And what I'd still like to do at this point is, that's a drop, get a bloody 5M server set up. But the problem is, nobody has the time or the willingness to do it. You know, the best part is thanks to a certain community, I found that racing script that's being worked on that's quite similar to vanilla, even. And with a 5M server, we wouldn't need to worry about, does everybody have the right car? Do this, that, and the other thing? No, it just works. It just works. Yeah, Dingle, I mean, that's a fair point. You have no fuel. It does do 250 megawatts, which is nice. Caps lock. $20 cubic meters a minute, so I only need 6 with what I'm currently producing. I don't even know why I'm still doing this. I mean, I guess I'm doing it because I said I'd do it, and I want to do it, and whatnot, but we should be racing right now. Honestly, just not sure what I want to do with what little rest of the night I should have. The other problem with no racing, it throws my schedule off. Like, I don't know what to do now. Yeah, if only, Callie. This is probably ample room for 6 generators. Power. Fuel-powered generator. Coming down there. Honestly, bring it up to there. Why not? Crew 2 is only $1. That's too expensive for me. There's a reason why I'm running such a discount and an extended discount attempt and things like this. Because I kind of really need money right now. Literally cannot afford shit. Bills or otherwise. Copper sheets. Guess what I don't have in the depot? And yes, I was right. There's ample space here, so that's fun. Just as a reminder, I don't know that regional pricing would allow it for some people anyway, but just in general, you know, I say, well, I can't afford a game. That doesn't mean gift it to me either. I don't think anybody would, but just to say that. That works. Except that doesn't. Damn it. Well, at least sounds like it's still working. Eh, not going too badly. Actually, what I might want to do, since I'm going back, is to grab some resources. Just to have for research purposes. Milestones, things like that. The best part of all, just to speak briefly more on the money thing, it's September, you know, so that increases incentive to help out through Twitch. But one, you know, Twitch still upped prices and whatnot, and still takes a cut. Which, okay, they take their cut, that's fine. But the other thing is, like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get a payout next month, most likely. Even if things don't go like they have in past years. Don't think we'll be seeing 100+ sub count on this channel anytime, potentially ever again. But especially anytime soon. But, you know, I'm not going to see any of that money until next month. Next month it'll be very useful. Right now, not so much. Right now is what I needed. Most. So, September is going on, but I also don't want to push it that hard because, okay, yay, more money in my pocket next month. I need it now. The struggles of being in an endless cycle of being broke. With no ambition to boot. Fun, but that's a depressing subject, so let's talk about how I keep missing that fucking wire. Damn it. Very good at that. I don't like it. I have one. Nice flickering, by the way. Alright, up to here. here. And where are we going? That way? Yeah, that's out of reach. Just hitting triangle too soon? What's triangle? There is a much more direct route if I just was to set up another wire, go around the backside of that, bridge the dunes directly towards that tower. But I don't think it saves enough time to be worth it. It would definitely save time in the long run, but effort. Where are we at for this? 84 coupons. Not bad. Did I ever pick these up? That damn sound. No. No, and it still had more to craft. Let's just get this over with.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Yeah, but I already unlocked that. That's gonna jump up. Yep, 56,000 points a minute. But it's already gone. 91 coupons, ain't bad. Where's the tower? Over this way. I really want to get... I think the last thing I'm going to do on stream is get the power grid with a bit more room to spare in the power budget. Not necessarily going to be good, but it's going to be better. And because of the way that I've designed the layout, I actually don't need a single pump because I've essentially got a water tower now. And that actually works. The physics in the game allow for that to work. Also, I think this is the only tower where the ladder is on the incoming side towards the outer reaches. So I keep defaulting to going around the back because that's where it is on all the other ones. Why does this feel so off? Because it is. It's not that big. No. Damn it. Go away. Is that the same way? Yes. Oh boy, yes, the struggle of trying to hook this up. Might be easier if I do that. Lightly. Now, first thing I want to do before actually hooking this up is set these up. Because as soon as the fuel starts flowing, they are all going to start generating power, and I do not want any of that power to go to waste. Not that I'm going to be able to preserve it at all. It's just gonna go towards the grid as it is now. Alright, and that means now I have to actually get it hooked into the main grid, which ideally involves running another tower down here somewhere. Like to be able to actually tell how far it needs to go, or can go. Yeah, because it can go quite a ways. The other side of this rock, huh? Hi, bird. Packager. I can actually legitimately craft it now. Yeah, power tower. Probably make it a platform version, which tells me immediately that I need to rotate it. So currently at 2400 megawatts. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually disconnect or manually turn off all the generators. And the reason for that is that while it is wired up, you can tell because they were all showing that. By doing it this way, it will allow me to ensure that the fluid actually fills every buffer fully. And again, gravity fed, so no concern of pumping losses or anything like that. Yeah, you can see it's gonna fill up the pipe network. And that large buffer up there should be enough to fill all this. And then once they're all fully filled and fluid stops flowing, I know that there won't be any sloshing going on, and there's no there's very little chance of these running out of fuel. And that's what I want. I want them to have stable fuel, because you can see, like, this is filling up very slowly. The flow rate is not really high because it's all going into those 4 generators. So it's got to fill out all the pipes, and eventually the flow rate here will increase. I'm only producing 120 cubic meters per minute, but but something, I don't know. You can see though, it's increasing. More of the flow is getting this way, and oh, there it goes. Filling up a lot. Odds are that's full. That's full. And so the fuel has nowhere else to go but go down here. That's full, and yeah, now it's all just filling up. And so once I see the pumping action on these stop, the animation stop, I know that everything is full. There's no longer any flowing going on, and it is safe to turn on. And that will be another 1500 megawatts of power generation, just like that. Well, it stopped flowing down, but some of this is still settling out. It looks like we're good. Wish there was an easier way to do this. There we go, 3,900 megawatts of production versus my 40,000 megawatts of maximum consumption. Just like that, we're good. And you can see the flow, the pipe is still full. Flow rate is bouncing around, but that's mostly because it's not consuming that quick. Was this always 20? Wasn't it lower before? Yeah, I think it was. Because I think turbo fuel was 4.5 and nowadays it's 7.5. I think that's how it was. The generators generate more, but they also consume more oil, more fuel per second. I think it's still the same burn rate, it's just, you know, more power, but gets consumed quicker as a result. Still the same at the end of the day, just more power for you to actually use. I'll figure out something to do with that petroleum coke. I've got way more plastic and rubber than I need. Nice. So I'll just let these fill up. And power concerns on the grid are actually not as much of an issue anymore. Not to say that they're completely resolved. At least don't have to think about it for the moment. Neat effect left behind by that. Understandable kiosk. These in general just not fun. Industrial manufacturing? Yeah, sure, we can do that. I probably don't have the motors on me to do it, but we can still do that. I don't have anywhere near enough motors. I'd love to just dump all the things into the dimensional depot, but the slots are limited. I don't really want to waste slots, because I don't know how it works entirely. I'm not reading up on it yet. I'll find out eventually. Well, are the slots limited? I thought they said that there were only so many slots available in the depot. Misunderstanding what I said. There's also the upgrades for something. You hope not. Well, for your sake, I hope not as well. sound. Just top up on this. But, yeah, that is a Mark II. I think it's that. You. Technically, both lines head out this way. Let's see, I need 30. Oh cool, I actually got an even 30. 150 and then my usual 150. I should put motors in the depot. And yeah, if there's no limit on the number of items you can put in there, then absolutely just toss everything into there. Never need to keep anything on you at all. Hell, just make a Noblest crafter and... Actually, you can probably do that, can't you? Put up Noblest crafting somewhere. And just have it feed into the depot. Every time you need new Noblest, it can just pull from there. Forget having them in your inventory. Depot nukes. Oh god. Yeah, that is a possibility, I guess. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to depot that. Oh, that's such a stupid idea, though. I mean, nukes in general in this game are kind of stupid regardless, but, you know. There's nothing in there. 92 printable coupons. Yeah, that's the motors no longer being dumped. Anyway, industrial manufacturing. And, oh, a bunch of cable. Random sound.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Yeah, these 2 are the last. I think I have enough, right? Yeah, and I even have some left over. Not that I really want to. No reason not to get that, though. Anyway, part of the reason that made me think that yes, they were limited was this. Does that just increase the amount you can store in a single stack, I guess? That's the upload, and then that's the rate. Like, it's not very well defined. Stack increase. Increase the number of stack slots? Slots? Like, stack, or... Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So pricey. I'm not getting into that right now. Why the random sound there? I do not understand how this game works. Yeah, fair enough, Chaos. I mean, that's basically what I'm doing. Slash have done. I haven't come down here in a while. I'm defaulting to the other one because this one is slow. So minor mark 1 on a impure node. Get on there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not waiting another 12 minutes for the thing to come back, so I think we're just gonna wrap it up here. Got there eventually. We're close enough. I really wanted to race. You know, it's almost like things like racing is what's gotten me through these past few years. And actually a long time, come to think of it. Because, you know, I don't think I need to mention just how rough the last, 5 years have been in general, right? It was a good way to take your mind off of things. But, those times are fleeting, seemingly. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I didn't take my break, but whatever. GTA is not happening. I'm just gonna wrap it up here. I mean, if GTA was happening, it would have already started, probably. So, yeah, I don't know. As for the next stream, is the bot gonna cooperate? No, of course not. That's not gonna help. Need to run that command. Next stream, Monday night at the usual time. And, yeah, more Satisfactory. Because, why wouldn't I? Want to keep going. Keep playing. I want to just keep expanding. Got a lot to do after all. I need to start deleting VODs off of my hard drive though. Tonight's VOD will probably put me around 300. Let me think a little more actually. It was around there. Right around 369 gigs actually of VODs just on Satisfactory this past week. 8 streams. Fair amount. I don't know how much I'll stream this next week because I'm not doing the twice a day thing. I can't keep that up. If we start hitting those goals again, like actually hit multiple goals instead of just one every now and again, these goals. That's a little off center, isn't it? Anyway, if we start hitting those, then maybe I can justify it. But, you know, it's hard to justify putting so much time and effort into something that isn't giving me anything back. Or is giving, not nothing, but very little back when I need a lot of money. Well, not a lot if you ignore my student loans. But that's a different story that we're not going to worry about right now. Yeah. Probably just go back to nighttime streams. I don't know if I'll do daily or not. Depends on how I'm feeling, most likely. I need time to myself, basically. Just remember, I normally stream like 15 to 20 hours a week. This week has been like closer to 40. It was going to be over 40 had I streamed last night for sure, but I don't know what it is now since I abandoned stream last night. We're not doing GTA, so I'm not streaming all night. It does mean that I might get a bit more sleep than I would have otherwise. Couple of hours. So, I guess there's that upside. It's okay, I was just going to go back to sleep after the race anyway, because why not? But, maybe it'll be red flagged out to the 3-hour maximum. Doubt it. Anyway, yeah, next stream Monday. You know what, rather than run ads, let's raid a certain person that might have joined racing tonight had it actually occurred. Send it over to Geek. He's playing Satisfactory at the moment. And, yeah, go watch him, I guess. I'm gonna do my normal outro, and then I'll send you his way. So, yeah, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later. You know, the reality is that I don't really need to do my outro like normal because I'm not making highlights, but I still like to do it like normal, like I usually do, and, you know, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'm sending you over to Geek. Bye!